All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here talking about real music in real time for real people just like you and just like me. So you can add another name to the list of mysteries, people passing away without a whole lot of explanation in the music business and sometimes outside of the music business, but people who are well-known celebrities. This person may be not known to a wide audience, but Mike Howe was the lead singer for the band Metal Church. I was kind of into this music, believe it or not, back in the mid 80s, or at least I tried to be with my friend Mark. We did a show that he was in called The Master of Metal, and I was basically his assistant. Helping curate music for the show. And one of the bands that we were playing a lot back in 1985 was Metal Church. Their debut album was quite impressive if you like that kind of music. It was either 85 or 86, around that time period. And very loud, very obnoxious, but it's the kind of music that really worked well on the show. So needless to say, I did have a little bit of experience with Metal Church. But Mike Howe passes away at the age of 55. It says no cause of death has been revealed. The news of Howe's passing was broken by Metal Church in a social media post this evening. The band wrote, "It is with our deepest regrets that we must announce the passing of our brother, our friend, and a true legend of heavy metal music. Mike Howe passed away this morning at his home in Eureka, California. We are devastated and at a loss for words. Please respect our privacy and the Howe family's privacy during this most difficult time." So respecting privacy, I get, and I'm all for that. I'm not trying to be like the National Enquirer here. But we've had a few kind of unexplained things that people don't seem to want to explain. All right, so Mike Howe, not the biggest celebrity on the planet, but then you also have Tawny Katane, who adorned the hoods of many Whitesnake videos on those Bentleys that were being used, I believe, for props in the videos. Kind of a legend for some of us. Then you had Jim Steinman, great producer, made Meatloaf more than just, a food. Plus he worked with Bonnie Tyler and Air Supply, I think, many other artists, and he was really a force. He passed away of 71. Didn't know what the cause was. Nobody said. Tawny Katane was only 59. Again, nobody said why, how, who, what, where, when. And then also Hank Aaron, obviously outside of the music business. And Hank Aaron was older. Okay, he was in his 80s. But, when he looked relatively healthy, I had seen him a couple weeks ago doing something that everybody is doing these days and being shown doing that thing. And he looked really healthy. He looked fine. And there was no illness that led to that moment. You know what I'm saying? There was no thing that he was battling. In fact, if he was doing the thing that I'm telling you about, I would think he would have to be relatively healthy to sit up and tell everybody that this is the right thing to do, and I'm doing it for the greater good, blah, blah, blah. A couple of weeks later, Hank Aaron was gone. So I'm just curious, and I think people need to start being curious about some things. I don't want to make this channel about this stuff all the time, but when I see a report like this and it's just so like evasive and basic, and I get it. Maybe nobody really cares about this guy, right? He's just another human being, and he was in this band, and the band is popular with some people, but it's kind of fringy to other groups of people that are into music that I pretty much promote on this channel most of the time. I will stray into other areas. I can do Christian music, country music, rock, pop, whatever, because I have a lot of different interests. But when a headline comes over the wire, I look at it, the wire meaning in this case the computer. I look at it and I go, well, that's kind of weird. I mean, didn't say he was suffering from any long-term illness or anything, and he's not here anymore. And respect the privacy. And my guess is they'll never come back and tell you what happened to Mike Howe. So it's a weird world we're living in right now, and people should really be paying attention, really get awake and plugged in, and do your own homework, do your own research. And what you find might make you want to do more research, and then it might want to make you go live on some deserted island somewhere, because that's about where I'm at this point.